What are you doing? He fell asleep. Yeah. All right, welcome to Haugen Racing, guys. So we're gonna check out some T-Pain drifting today. Yeah. I think he got into drifting, like, I remember hearing about it like a couple of years back, and everybody just started going nuts. They're like, oh, the celebrity's into drifting, like a mainstream celebrity's into drifting. We need to collab with them, we need to get them out here. I was just like, I don't know, cool, like, I don't really know much about it. He ended up building this kind of ridiculous S14. And apparently in this video specifically, he has ThatDudeinBlue teaching him how to drift, which I, to be honest, was not aware that ThatDudeinBlue drifted. I don't really know much about him, but I think for this one, for this clip specifically, we're gonna kind of break down ThatDudeinBlue's drifting as well as kind of how T-Pain's just getting started. So, okay, so this guy's gonna show the course. T-Pain's gonna kind of get a feel for it. What, is the course just donuts? What's the course?
I've driven that course.
Yeah, I feel like we've all driven this course. You guys are kind of like, I mean, he obviously already has some skills and like knows how to do donuts, but obviously some actual drifting, boys. Give him a new course. Let the man freaking rip. So we talk about this all the time in our how to drift videos. Donuts are a great way to kind of learn counter steering and just really get that first feel of drifting. But to me, drifting really becomes drifting when you start, you know, connecting one turn into another and learning how to actually enter a drift rather than, you know, just kind of losing grip and then starting getting on throttle. So donuts are a great way, a great exercise, but to me, they're not really drifting. Yeah. Okay, so now T-Pain is at the Hoonigan T-Pain's drift party in our Infiniti G35 yard car. So this is only a year ago. So he's had a year to practice. He doesn't have anything else going on, so.
Should be ripping.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure T-Pain, like
He doesn't have music to make
yeah. Oh, T-Pain was driving Von Gitten's car? What the? See, I'm telling you, they just like, everyone started collabing with them. They were just like, seems like everybody got on T-Pain's nuts when he got into drifting. Get some of that clout, which is fine. I mean, by all means, it seems to work. But I would rather like meet T-Pain as a friend and then him be like, hey, let's go do something, which he probably never would. But I don't want to be all over his nuts like everybody else and trying to get a collab, because I don't know, sometimes it just seems fake. And I'm sure it's not always, but, and I'm just using Hoonigan as an example. They're a different story, but just in general, I remember hearing a lot of people saying, oh, I gotta go drifting with him and get him in my drift car. And it's like, guys, he's a normal human being.
Yeah. So wait, going off of that though, what do you think about all these artists getting into drifting? Because T-Pain's just an example of one, but there's like a bunch.
I mean, yeah, so that's kind of going around. Like there's like Travis Scott is doing stuff, and I know that Xavier Wolf has been into cars forever. He probably doesn't really fit what you're saying, but there's some that have been into cars forever and are truly into it, and then other guys that to some people seem like they're just getting into it because the sport's getting hot and just kind of wanting some of the clout points or whatever. I don't really know which way it is, but one thing I do know is it is really hard to make a living as a drifter. Even look at top drifters just in general, okay? So like your top 10 Formula Drift, let's say. Look at all the other things they have to do to make a living off of this sport. They have to do everything from creating content to doing like car builds, all these other things outside of just competitive drifting. To me, like having these people come in, whether it's with good intentions or bad, they're helping the sport grow and they're helping bigger companies see the sport, bigger companies wanting to get involved in the sport and support drivers in it. So I think overall, yes, it's making drifting more mainstream, but as someone like me who's trying to make a career out of it, we kind of need that. I don't know, but comment below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it, what your take is on it. I know that it's inflated car pricing, especially with 240s, and I've heard even BMWs are going up now. But that's just kind of a product of it. Oh, a T-Pain just hit the wall. What are you doing? He fell asleep.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this one is titled T-Pain First Time Drifting on a Real Track. This was only 4 months ago, so let's check this out. This will be good.
I hit a couple things.
In purple and gold BMW. It's so T-Pain.
First time drifting on a real track. So in your face. Oh yeah.
I mean, It's so funny. T-Pain's got such a personality.
Look at that.
It's all slow-mo. Slow-mo drone.
So this was great.
Okay, so he said he crashed before this. Hey, it happens, dude. We all crash. I mean, his line is not great, but he's in control. Hey, T-Pain, if you happen to see this, work on your steering. I think it will help you a lot and help you kind of smooth everything up and just like relax a little bit. So just focus on like the 912, 2 hands on the steering wheel. Let it slide through your hands more, kind of get more comfortable with like letting the steering wheel kind of flow through your hands. I wish I could see some pedal work, but for just beginning, I mean, this is pretty good. I like the vert too, and thank God he has a roll bar. But put a full cage in that dude, and get yourself some safety there. What are you doing right now? He was just adjusting his seatbelt.
Yeah, that's when my tires started going bad.
Yeah, change your tires out too. That's a big thing. So I know a lot of people when they're first beginning will just burn the tires like all the way past where you should. And you're kind of hurting yourself because the car gets so loose and it has like absolutely no grip. So I always recommend, you know, go until they're smooth and just call it quits. It's really not worth it. If you want to go do some donuts on them, fine, but that's probably why he spun out there, is he just completely lost all his grip. Okay, so we're rewinding a little bit, but I felt like this was a good one to check out. So this is Chelsea Denofa teaching T-Pain how to drift. Obviously, Chelsea Denofa knows what the hell he's doing, so. Oh, they're just putting them in there. They're just putting them in Vaughn's demo car. Animals. Okay, so he just kind of told them, show us kind of what you got, I guess, and then kind of go from there. That's definitely proper. It's good to kind of assess where a driver's skill level is at and then take it from there rather than trying to teach them stuff they might already know. And the good thing too is you're also looking out for any kind of bad habits or bad things they're doing right off the start. So you kind of want to find those right off the bat and then adjust from there. So a little bit. He just needs to be consistent on throttle there, but this car is probably terrifying. Like, especially this was 2 years ago and he was just learning. Like, it's aggressive, Chelsea. What are you trying to? We're setting the man up for failure, but I'm sure he'll reel him in. Let's see.
So what I'm trying to get you to do now is to come in on that handbrake, hold the handbrake a little bit longer.
No, Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea's a much better drifter than I am, so I'm not. Personally, I would start him out with doing donuts around that and like getting that back end to let loose, getting on throttle, and just getting him to counter steer through that corner, and then just teaching him a clutch kick entry. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Chelsea, if you see this video, you're more than welcome to tell me I'm wrong. But so I think this is his own car before it was wrapped, potentially. It looks very similar. Just not enough speed, honestly. Like, I think he just needs to go a little faster to do all this kind of stuff. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting it. See, now he's really getting a feeling for it. And that's like, one of the biggest things is he needs to get a feel for the throttle control and the counter steering. And so like, I would have personally started him with just doing circles around this big circle, getting the back end loose and doing that rather than focusing so much on initiation, just to get to the point of now learning the throttle control and counter steering. There's ways to learn that without having to initiate. I think it's safe to say, I mean, T-Pain is learning, right? And I think it's, you know, it's cool that he got some instruction from Chelsea, definitely knows what he's doing, and a good person to get some instruction from. I mean, you just need to keep ripping, dude. Like, I would say the biggest thing is put a GoPro inside your car, watch your steering, watch your pedal work, your shifting, handbrake, and kind of review those after track days, and that will help you kind of start seeing what you're doing wrong and give you time to look at that afterwards, right? So that's pretty much it. T-Pain will probably never see this video, but if it may go viral, maybe, so that would be cool. Anyways, guys, hit that subscribe button, leave us some comments below, let us know what you liked about this video, what you didn't like, and we'll see you guys in a couple days. Peace.